Oh, okay. Oh! Fallout 1 is one of the granddaddies of CRPGs, and it's a game that's earned a reputation for being brutally hard. But even after playing through Fallout 1 and 2 several times, I realized there's one thing I've never done. I've never played with an unlucky Jinxed character. Jinxed is the trait that turns every fight into pure chaos, where weapons jam, punches miss, and critical failures are almost guaranteed. So I'm going to challenge myself by trying to beat the very first Fallout game with the unluckiest character possible. The story begins a century after a nuclear war that wiped out the world and modern civilization. You play as the Vault Dweller, a human born and raised inside Vault 13, one of many underground shelters built to protect what was left of humanity. In Vault 13, the water chip fails, and with only 150 days before the water runs out, the Overseer sends you into the wasteland on a mission to find a replacement for your vault. But before jumping into the game, we need to create our character. So I'm going to name my character Silent Johnson. Obviously, the first trait that I'll pick is Jinxed. The second trait I'll pick will be Small Frame because that'll give me an extra point into agility, which is important. Having a high agility stat in the first two Fallout games is important because it governs how well you dodge and how many action points you get. So I'm going to put my agility at 8. My luck will be at 1 so that I'm unlucky. Intelligence, I'll put to 7. Charisma will also be at 7 because I want to recruit companions. Since I'm going to be playing an unarmed character, I'll bring my perception down to 4, and then my strength to 7 because I want to carry a lot of stuff. The skills I'm going to tag is unarmed, speech so I can have the option of talking my way out of fights. I'll tag doctor in case I get unlucky and break any of my bones. And now our adventure begins. We begin in a cave outside Vault 13 that's infested with rats. I'm going to equip these brass knuckles. In my inventory, I have a first aid kit and 4 stim packs. I think I'll lean more towards using the first aid kits more than the stim packs. These rats have 6 hit points apiece, so I might as well fight them to see how reliable combat is with this character. And yep, that's going to be a common occurrence. After finishing off the last of the rats, I decided to head back into Vault 13. I remember you could grab some loot and examine a computer for some extra experience. I should be able to go back in here. Use the door computer, a computer crackles to life. Sorry, but we can't let you back in right now. Technical problems, try again later. So apparently you can only go back into Vault 13 after a couple of hours has passed in game. Ooh, stim packs. Let me take those. With my loot secured, I continued on my quest to find a water chip. Here's the world map. This is how you'll be traveling between different locations in this game. According to the Overseer, Vault 15 may have a water chip, and it's located east of Vault 13. While making my way to Vault 15, I encountered a mysterious village on the way. Hello, stranger. Welcome to Shady Sands. To the south, you see an adobe wall surrounding a peaceful-looking village. So I arrive at a place called Shady Sands and decide to talk to the guy at the entrance. His name is Seth, and he explains that this peaceful little community has 2 problems: raiders and radscorpions. The radscorpions keep poisoning the residents, and their doctor, Raslo, is struggling to make an antidote. On top of that, raiders are attacking the village on a regular basis. Nearby, I talk to a woman who says she used to live in Vault 15. She tells me I should search there for a water chip, and choosing some extra dialogue with her gets me my very first level up. I'm gonna increase my science a little bit, and I'll put 1 point into speech. Typically, I like to save my skill points. Then I meet a guy in a leather jacket named Ian. He tells me he used to be a bodyguard for merchants at a place called The Hub, until he got shot by raiders when he came to Shady Sands. Luckily for me, I can recruit him as a companion. He even marks The Hub and Junktown on my map, which is a big help. Ian tells me that he specializes in using pistols and SMGs, which sounds fine, but I'm kind of worried how that'll mix up with my Jinxed trait. So with my new partner with me, I make my way to speak with the leader of the village, Aradesh.
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be...
What's going on around here?
Oh my, yes. Great packs of radscorpions are killing our herds. We don't know where they're from, and no matter how many we kill, there's always more.
Well, I can help you get rid of these things.
Yes. Please, talk to Raslo. He possesses far more information on these creatures than I.
Okay, so I need to check in with Raslo. Raslo explains I need someone to hunt some radscorpions down so he can make an antidote. And it's time to fight some giant mutated scorpions. Hopefully these things don't kill me. Ian is very good at killing these things. So I'm thinking my strategy should be I let the radscorpions chase me while Ian shoots them in the back. And here's the last radscorpion. And I leveled up, and now I can get a perk. In Fallout 1 and 2, every third level gives you a perk, which you can then use to give your character a benefit. So I'm going to choose bonus hand-to-hand damage since it makes sense for my unarmed character. With the cave cleared, I carry as many radscorpion tails as I can back to Raslo so he can make an antidote. I also checked in with Aradesh since he promised a reward for dealing with the problem.
Things are much more settled now. Raslo has been working on a cure for the radscorpion poison, and with that, we should be able to fight what's left of them.
You don't need to worry anymore. I destroyed the nest.
You are truly a hero. Know that the people of Shady Sands are most grateful.
At this point, that's all the quests I can do in Shady Sands for now. I'll need to return in a couple days to finish the other quests here, so until then, I'm going to make my way to Vault 15 in search of the water chip. But before I go, I do remember that I will need a rope. Now that we got a rope, we can leave for Vault 15. Uh-oh, what's this? You come across a traveling merchant and guards. Perfect, maybe I can score some drugs. No drugs. But he does have bottle caps and food, so I'll trade for those. I reach the location of Vault 15, and all I see is a shack and a radscorpion. So me and Ian took down the radscorpion, and I figured that was the perfect time to spend a few skill points. Inside the shack, there's a ladder leading underground. Naturally, that takes us to a cave, and of course, rats. Because Fallout can never have enough rats. At the end of the cave is the entrance to Vault 15. And sure enough, the whole vault is crawling with them. Ooh, another first aid kit. And some more stim packs. So this is the reason we brought a rope. There's a broken elevator shaft here and we have to use a rope to climb down it. Alright, so we got a rope and our first armor. We got a leather jacket, so let's put that on. The leather jacket increases my damage resistance and it rose my armor class to 16. I think now is a good time to go over how armor class or AC works in Fallout 1. The higher your armor class is, the more likely you are to dodge an attack. The lower it is, the more likely you'll get hit by an attack. But that isn't always a bad thing. More on that later. After finishing off the last of the rats on this level, I use my rope to descend down to level 3. On level 3, there's even more mole rats and a greater mole rat. Alright, 2 critical misses. I'd say things are going pretty well so far. And as soon as I say that, that would happen. In the lockers here, there's some guns that I'll give to Ian. You're able to determine that the command and control center is definitely buried under even more rock. You will have to look for the water chip elsewhere. That's just great. Well, at least I got some weapons, armor, and stim packs here, so it wasn't a total waste coming here. So I made my way out of Vault 15 heading back to Shady Sands. Given that a couple of days has passed, I think I can do that final quest at Shady Sands. On the road back, I ran into that same traveling merchant. I traded some stuff for stim packs and some ammo. When I returned to Shady Sands, Seth tells me some bad news. Tandy, Aradesh's daughter, has been kidnapped by the same raiders terrorizing the village. He gives me the location of the raider camp and I decide to speak with Aradesh.
Thank goodness you came. I am in desperate need of assistance. My daughter Tandy is missing. I do not know what to do.
Have you tried to save her?
My people are not skilled in this. Already 3 patrols have gone out to look, but none returned. Will you help me?
Okay, who could have taken her?
Seth and I believe one of the raider clans is responsible. Retribution for our resistance to them. Take this spear. It was found where my daughter was last seen.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Please, talk to Seth. He knows much about these raiders. And Godspeed, Wanderer.
Alright, cool. Cool, dude. I'll go and find your daughter. Well, I've already talked to Seth, so I guess I'm going straight to the raiders camp. Apparently, these raiders call themselves the Khans. You see a small building with a series of tents nearby. The inhabitants look dirty and mean. So let's have a chat with this gentleman in front of this building. What do you want? I'm looking for a woman named Tandy. Seen her? Nah, I ain't seen her. Why are you asking? So I'm thinking that I can trick this guy into giving me Tandy by lying. There's a bounty on her head. If I can kill her, I can get some good cash. Well, that didn't work. I wonder if I can just go in. Apparently I can just go in. Okay, so I see Tandy over there. You see before you, Garl, leader of the raiders. Let me go and talk to this dude over here. I've come in peace to negotiate the release of Tandy. Yeah, let's go the peaceful route because there's a lot of dudes with weapons in here. So I can challenge Garl to a fight, one-on-one without weapons to free Tandy. And if we beat him, we leave with Tandy. If we lose, he keeps her and we die. So my unarmed skill is 100% right now. Surely I can beat him, right? Hey, wait. Why does he get to wear his metal armor? Critically missed and crippled your left leg. And another critical miss and lost a turn. I'm not having a good run. Oh, another one. And he annihilated me.
Your bones are scraped clean by the desolate wind.
Okay, round 2. The last one was a warm-up. Okay, I'm hitting him now. I just gotta keep it up. Wait, did I win? Oh, I won! Okay. Now that I've beaten Garl in combat, Tandy's cell door opens and she joins our party. All I have to do now is to escort her back to Shady Sands. Oh, and I leveled up again.
Hi. I was afraid that you were gone and I wasn't gonna get a chance to thank you for rescuing me. Oh, that was great! Action, adventure! Anyway, if there's anything that I can do for you, you just ask.
What else is around these parts?
There's a bunch of cities down south, but since you're such a great traveler, I'm sure you know that already.
There are a few more dialogue options with Tandy, but honestly, she doesn't add anything too important right now. Somehow I ended up with metal armor from fighting Garl. Not too sure how, but I'll take it. Metal armor is a bit of a trade-off. It has a lower armor class compared to other sets, but it makes up for that with decent damage resistance. It's also very heavy compared to other armor, but still it's an upgrade from my leather jacket, so I'll be wearing it. so I went to collect my reward from Aradesh.
I will be forever in your debt for your courage and bravery, Wanderer. Here is your reward.
And with that, all the quests in Shady Sands are complete. The only thing I can do is move on to another town to search for the water chip. So I'm thinking Junktown will be the next town I want to visit. So here we are in Junktown. You come across a medium-sized town. A wall of junked cars block easy entrance. A hazy smoke lies low over the town. You see Kalnor, a Junktown guard. I'm sorry, the gates are closed for the night. Come back in the morning. Well, I'm not going to wait around. Maybe I can talk my way past them. Oh, he lets me through, perfect. So I explored around the town and came across a man trying to shoo away a dog. Mister, I would be really happy if you were to get rid of that damn dog. I can recruit this dog as a companion if I give him food. Now we have dog meat as a companion. With the party up to 3 members, I head into the local bar, the Scum Pit, to ask around about the water chip. But instead, I run into Skull's gang members. Hey, Freshbait, so what brings you into our territory, chum? Here for a little fun? At your expense, of course. What do you do for fun around here? And they want to kill me now. Alright, well, I guess we're killing these people. Alright, well, they just attacked me. It was self-defense. Hopefully the guards didn't notice anything. You see a man in dusty leather armor with a trench coat and gas mask. What does this guy have to say? This guy is Tycho. He's another recruitable companion, and he fills me in on Junktown's politics. There's Gizmo, the shady casino owner, and Killian Darkwater, the town's mayor and shopkeeper. They're not on good terms with each other. Your singing makes my ears bleed. Jesus Christ. Some of the dialogue options are funny. This guy gave me the location of the Brotherhood of Steel outpost near here, which I'll visit later on. Heading back to the entrance of Junktown, I met Lars, the sergeant of the guards in Junktown, and he works for Killian. He tells me that Gizmo is running a crooked operation with the help of the Skulls gang. He then asked me to help him get dirt on Gizmo and the Skulls so they can get them out of town, which I accepted. So the first stop is Killian.
I help you?
Who are you?
The name's Killian Darkwater. I'm the mayor of this fine town. And who might you be?
My name is Silent Johnson. I come from up north.
Not much up that way except desert and Shady Sands. You from there?
No, I come from a vault to the west.
Oh yeah, sure you do. And when you were a baby, your crib was a safe.
No, it's called a vault. It protected us from the war. It's been full of people for 80 years.
Don't feel bad. Ain't the worst story I've been told. So, what can I do for you?
So no one around here believes we're from a vault. Wait, who's this guy? Oh, what the maybe I should get out of the way.
Well, howdy. What can I do for you today?
So are we not going to talk about what just happened, Killian? Might as well take his stuff. I went to the hotel to talk to this lady named Sherry. Apparently she's a Skulls member. With a bit of persuasion, I convinced her to leave the gang, and after some time, she even agrees to testify against them. That's one big step towards cleaning up Junktown. Time to give Lars an update on the situation. I'm convinced one of them, Sherry, to testify that they were involved in criminal activity. Excellent. I'll pick her up for a few questions, and I'm sure that I'll get all the information that I need to put them away. All there is left to do is deal with the Gizmo.
Get your butt in here and sit down. We got some business to discuss.
What business?
All right, here's the deal. Junktown It ain't what it used to be. The only reason it's still here is because of my gambling establishment. Even so, Killian's been breathing down my neck, and I'm starting to take it personal. And that's where you come in, Slick.
What do you want me to do?
What I think is you're gonna take him out for me, you know? No witnesses, just in, over, out.
Why don't you send one of your goons in?
I would, but there must be no connection between me and Killian's unfortunate demise.
How much are you willing to pay?
1,000 caps, no more, no less.
Alright. I guess I'll do it.
I knew you'd see it my way. As proof, I want the dog tags Killian wears around his neck. You get them, you get your money. Now, just get. And don't cross me. I still got the kneecaps from the last one who tried.
You again. What do you want now?
What do you know about this Gizmo character?
Gizmo owns the casino, named it after himself. Be very careful around him.
That fat slob just tried to hire me to kill you. Why don't you do something about him?
Now, if I get proof, the people of Junktown will kick him out. The way I figure it, you need to either plant a bug at his place or wear a wire and get him to confess to you. Can you handle that?
Whoa, sounds kinda dangerous.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It will be dangerous. But I'll owe you one. And Killian Darkwater always pays his debts.
What do you mean pays his debts?
I tell you what, anything in the store, even the most expensive, it's yours. No charge. If it's a gun, I'll give you all the ammo you can carry. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. I owe you. Here's the bug in the wiretap. You let me know when it's done. And good luck.
I'm not sure how to use this tape recorder. I guess I just talked to Gizmo?
Did you finish the job yet?
Yep, sure did.
Then give me the dog tags.
Well, I lost them.
You know, you're a crummy liar. Now go get the tags. I don't want to see your face until you've offed Killian.
I think that's all I have to do.
So, did you get the evidence?
I sure did.
Which? Bug or tape?
The confession.
Let's hear it. That's the first time I've been happy to hear his voice. Thanks, friend. Now, time for you and me to take care of the other business.
I'll take all the stim packs you can spare.
Well, thanks again. Well, listen, I'm gonna take the guards and run Gizmo and his cronies out of town. I could use another gun. You up for it? Might be good for a laugh.
Sure, it'll be worth it just to see him try to walk more than 10 feet.
Go to Lars at the guard station, he'll fill you in.
Well, this should be interesting. You ready to help take down Gizmo? You bet, let's nail that tub. Alright, let's do it. Oh, he's going to put up a fight. I'll go after his bodyguard first. Damn. Jesus Christ! That was easy. After that, I went back to the bar to recruit Tycho. Our group is becoming bigger and bigger by the day. So Tycho is proficient with rifles and pistols. And since he already has a shotgun, I hand him a hunting rifle for backup. That's enough Junktown for me. Time to go to the hub. The Hub Trading Co. To the south, you see a large city. Outlying farms surround the town. There's much life in this desert oasis. The hub is a major trading center south of Junktown. and it serves as the wasteland's crossroads for commerce and caravans. It's home to 3 big merchant companies: the Crimson Caravan, the Fargo Traders, and the Water Merchants. The first stop is the Crimson Caravan. I managed to rizz up a lady there and she gave me a bunch of drugs and the location of Necropolis. I headed down to the Maltese Falcon, a shady bar ran by Decker. He's going to be the head of the local criminal organization called the Underworld.
So, you're looking for a job. How fortunate. I have one that needs doing. But where are my manners? What's your name?
I am Silent Johnson.
Well, the pleasantries are now concluded. Do you wish to hear about the job?
That's why I'm here.
Background. There's a certain merchant who's, how to phrase this, not cooperating fully with the underground.
And the job?
Quite simple. Hunt down the merchant and his wife, and exterminate them.
How much for the job?
It's standard pay. 500 caps to start. Another 2,500 when the job is done. Will you do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Very nice. The merchant lives in the Heights, on Barter Street and Thunder Avenue. Your initial pay will be handed to you on your way out.
I decided to do some work for him to get some money and experience and to get familiar with what's going on in town. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty to make some money. Upon arriving near the merchant's residence, I get accosted by one of the guards. I have 3 companions with me, so I'm thinking the fight should go smoothly. Okay, so we got 2 more people. Okay, I'm gonna kill this dude. What weapon does this guy have? God damn. Will this dude just die? Well, dog meat's dead.
Your bones
Well,
are scraped
that was
clean
unlucky.
by the desolate wind.
Okay, finally he's dead. After dispatching the guards, I ran inside and took care of the merchant and his wife. The loot wasn't great, just some jewelry, so I went on and turned in the quest to one of Decker's henchmen. The Fargo Traders is run by Butch Harris. He's Otne Ute Eitbray, if you catch my meaning. So he's stupid.
What do you want?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Time is money, chit-chat is not money. You hear about the job or what?
What job?
Well, some caravans have been disappearing on us lately. Damn if anyone can figure out what happened to them.
So what do you want me to do?
Simple. Find out who's doing it and tell me. Or take them out. Makes no damn difference to me. Just get that job done.
Any clues on who's doing this?
Well, there's, something, but I never listen to those rumors.
Well, I do. What is it?
You really want to hear it, huh? Well, some say it's the Death Claw. But I don't know nothing about that.
You sound scared.
Listen, you, I ain't scared. I'm cautious. You'd be stupid not to be with the Death Claw. But go talk to Beth, she'll tell you more.
Sorry. I'll go check it out.
Done and done. Now get on out of here, but come back and talk to me when you found something.
Butch offered us a job. His caravans keep vanishing and he wants me to find out why. He points me to Beth, the local gun shop owner, who suggests Deathclaws might be to blame. She then tells me to go and speak with an old mutant in Old Town named Harold, because he's the only one who's seen one and lived. Harold is a recurring character in the early Fallout games. He's in Fallout 1, 2, and 3, and I believe he becomes a tree in the 3rd game.
Spare change, old friend, old pal? Can you help a poor mutant down on his luck?
Yeah, here's $25. Good luck to you.
Oh, kind of your friend, very kind.
You know, if I could clear the gunk out of there, you just might find a tear in old Harold's eye.
Harold tells me about his past, how he traveled with a man named Richard Gray. He stumbled across a military base and got mutated in the process.
All I know is it was something inside that base.
After that, I asked him about Deathclaws.
Ooh, that thing. Friend, that is Nightmare City. Why the hell you asking about that?
Going to kill it.
Okay, well, that's like a damn big man is what it is. Got spikes and claws that can cut through the heaviest armor. But don't let the size fool you. It's quick.
Any weaknesses?
Well, from what I've heard, maybe whack it in the head. I'd try the eyes. Of course, there's a problem there.
What kind of problem?
Can't look at him. It is said the Deathclaw can hypnotize just by looking. Then it walks up and boom, you're it.
Great, thanks.
Good luck to you. You're gonna need it.
Well, that's reassuring. So this crazy guy takes me to a cave where this Deathclaw may be at. I decided that the best strategy to fighting this Deathclaw would be to blind it by punching it in the eyes. Alright, there we go. So I think we're winning. I just need to hit it in the eyes. There we go. Another successful hit. There we go. The Deathclaw is killed. After killing the Deathclaw, I noticed that there's a dying mutant further in the cave. The dying mutant is carrying a holodisc, and the disc reveals what happened. Mutants have been capturing people from the caravans, and a mysterious figure, known as the Master, is involved. Alright, I think it's time to get out of here and return to Butch.
Well, what do you got for me?
It was mutants.
What, do I look a crate shy of a load? Did you even see the Deathclaw?
Been there, saw that, killed it.
You killed it? Well, where did these mutants come from?
I don't know yet, but they have an outpost in the mountains.
An outpost? Well, I'll have to talk to the committee. Yeah, they'll know what to do. Done and done. Get out, cause I got stuff to do, okay?
And once I turned in the quest to this other guy, I earned a level up along with a new perk. I took the bonus hand-to-hand attacks perk. This lowers the AP cost for unarmed attacks by 1. With my business at the hub wrapped up, it's time to move on. My next stop is Necropolis, a ruined city to the east of the hub, and it's inhabited by ghouls. You approach a dark and broken city. Little life can be seen. A stench of death surrounds the area. Necropolis, also known as the City of the Dead, is a ruined town built on the remains of Bakersfield, California. It's inhabited almost entirely by ghouls. Most ghouls here aren't friendly to humans and will attack on sight. From my past playthroughs, I remembered there's a vault buried underneath that holds a water chip. So I headed down into the sewers where, of course, I ran into my old friends again. It's the rats. While exploring, I came across a small group of ghouls who weren't hostile. Wait, don't shoot! Their leader explained that they've been banished down here by Set, the violent ghoul leader who rules the surface. He told me Necropolis gets its water from a vault water purification system powered by a water chip. The problem here is that their water pump is broken. If I want the chip, I'll need to repair it first. The parts, conveniently, are in the sewers underneath the watershed. The ghouls aren't able to get to it because it's too dangerous on account of the many rats running around the sewers. I agreed to help and made my way deeper into the sewer system. After fighting through an army of rats, I climbed up a ladder and found myself outside what used to be a church. Inside, I finally met Set, the ruthless leader of the surface ghouls.
There'd better be a killer reason for standing in my shadow. Does next on the menu ring a bell for ya, Normie?
Wow, you're pretty smart for a ghoul.
What is that? Sucking up? Listen, Walker, I don't do the deal with norms, so blowing smoke up the tail ain't gonna get you head seat at the table.
My apologies. I want to make a good impression.
Simple time. I'm set. I'm in charge. Get it?
Got it. What can I do for you?
The mutants at the watershed need dirt naps. Makes my shadow grow. You slice them, and rewards run to you. Info too.
Done.
Excellent. Teach those mutants the last lesson, then amble back. If I say to my ghouls to hold off you, the muties might hear and know. So I tell you what, it's favor time. I keep shut. Got it?
What about the ghouls?
Avoid my ghouls if you like your skin on. Any of mine that can't stop a normie deserve last rest. Get by as you need.
He offered me a deal. Clear out the super mutants occupying the watershed, and he'd give me information. Now, I'm not too sure what kind of information, but I'll just go with it. The watershed was crawling with mutants led by a brute named Harry.
Hey, you not look like Ghoul. How come?
But I am Ghoul.
Okay. Move along then.
Now, I know I haven't used this feature very much, but I'm curious to see what he says when I ask him stuff. So I wonder what happens if we ask him about Unity.
I don't know.
Okay, how about the Master?
I don't know, but think he like a boss people.
Alright, let's ask him about ghouls.
Punies.
Let's ask him about the Children of Cathedral.
Nice for little guys. Harry hurt once, and they make better. Make perfect again.
And he found out that I'm not a ghoul. Great. There we go, he's finally dead. Alright, this dude is unconscious. There we go, now he's running away. Alright, he is dead. Uh-oh, so here comes the super mutant with the flamer. And Ian is dead. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's do that again. After killing all the super mutants at the watershed, I find that a ghoul has been imprisoned in the jail back here. He confirmed what I already suspected. There's a ladder leading down to the vault under the watershed, but before going down, I reported back to Set. And let me tell you, his reward wasn't worth the trouble.
Follow Garrett for your reward. Now, I'm busy.
You received some flares, some Coke bottles, and $50. Gosh, these people are f***ing broke. So instead of going back to Set, I'm going to grab the water chip first, and then fix the water pump. I descend into the vault beneath the watershed. Down here, I ran into glowing ghouls. You tread without permission. I'm just going to kill these dudes. A dirt nap will be given if alterations are made. Last one here tried. Alright, let's steer clear from them. You hear the flow of water to the city stop. You gain 1,000 experience points for getting a water chip. The water pump isn't working. Let's try that again. There we go. The massive pump struggles to life after you successfully install the missing parts. You gain 1,000 experience points for fixing the pump. Okay, the water pump is fixed and working fine. With the pump fixed and the chip in hand, my mission was complete. Now it's time to return to Vault 13, deliver the water chip to the Overseer, and finally complete the task I was sent out here to do. Heard about some of these places before, but never been in one. Seems nice and clean. A little too clean for my taste. I've arrived back at Vault 13, and a couple of problems have popped up since I was last here. First, Lyle tells me there's a water thief sneaking around, stealing water rations from people. I promise I'll look into it. I head over to Cindy in the next room, and she confirms the same thing. Someone's been stealing water. Everyone's on edge and fights are breaking out. Even the guard protecting the reserves was attacked. So I head down to the 3rd level and waited out for a few hours. Around midnight, I noticed this sleepy vault dweller wandering around.
What are you doing here at this time? I was worried about the vault and had a nightmare. I couldn't get back to sleep, so I thought I'd take a walk to relax. I'm sorry, but I'm looking for the water thief and I need to see what you're carrying. Sure, I got nothing to hide. Search him.
So he's out walking to clear his head. Honestly, I'm not really buying it, but when I search him, nothing turns up. So I guess he's clean. And then I catch him in the act, red-handed, sneaking water. I search him again, and sure enough, he's the thief. Thanks for solving that case. This will help morale quite a bit. Case closed. The next issue comes from a woman named Teresa. She wants to leave the vault, but the overseer won't allow it. As a result, she's lost faith in his leadership and is talking about starting a rebellion. So I shut that down pretty quickly. All there is left to do is to turn in this water chip to the overseer.
Have you found the chip?
Yes.
Okie dokie. One moment, the chip is initializing. There it goes. Self-test is green. Reboot is good. Ha! It's working, and it looks like we have a winner! Oh, you've saved us. You've done it.
Aw, it was nothing.
Nothing? No. Oh, no. It was something. Don't downplay what you've done. You've saved a lot of lives. All right. Now we need a report on what's out there. Please, go to the library.
And I leveled up again.
I just wanted to let you know that the water supply is stabilized. Actually, we're rebuilding our reserves. You did great. I am a little concerned, however.
About what?
I don't like your reports. What was in the reports, that is. In fact, they scared the heck out of me. It's those mutants. I've done some calculations and... well, I've come to an unpleasant conclusion.
What's that?
The mutant population is far greater than could be expected by natural growth or mutations. This leads me to believe, and I don't really understand it, but it looks like someone's generating new mutants, and at a startling rate.
Must be a lab somewhere then.
Exactly. And as you've probably guessed, none of these mutations could have occurred naturally, even with the radiation from the war.
What do you want me to do about it?
As long as someone is creating hostile mutants at this rate, the Vault's safety is at stake. Find and destroy this lab as soon as you can.
And with that, I received a second mission from the Overseer. The reports I turned into him indicate that super mutants are invading the wasteland and kidnapping people. It's only a matter of time before they find Vault 13, so my task is clear. Find the source of the mutants, destroy it, and eliminate their leader. The next place I want to go to is the Brotherhood of Steel outpost. It's possible that they may have some information or at least weaponry I can use to aid me in this mission. While traveling across the wasteland, I ran into one of the Brotherhood of Steel patrols.
Oh. Several men in power armor are approaching you. Oh, so apparently we know this guy. I don't know from where. Okay, so I will only state it to the head of your order. Take me to the Brotherhood. That's a reasonable request. Fall in.
A small building surrounded by a chain-link fence is to the north. Menacing guards in heavy armor patrol the area. This place is known as the Lost Hills, the headquarters and birthplace of the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout. Before the war, it was a United States military security bunker. Now, it's the heart of one of the most powerful factions in the wasteland. Talking to the guard in front of the building, he tells me I could only get inside their headquarters if I joined the Brotherhood of Steel.
Well, I talked to the High Elder and he said that not just anyone can join. He said you have to complete a quest first.
But the only way to join the Brotherhood is to accept their infamous Glow quest. All I have to do is go there, find something, and bring it back. Should be pretty easy, until he mentions that the place is radioactive.
Oh, it's also radioactive.
Another guard nearby isn't exactly reassuring either. He warns me others have tried. We never heard from them again. So yeah, it's pretty clear the Brotherhood expects me to die on this quest. So the key to getting inside the Glow is to take some Rad-X before you enter the location. Oh, and you'll need a rope too. A large crater sprawls to the north. This is the Glow, once the site of a West Tech research facility. It was obliterated by a direct nuclear strike during the war. The blast didn't just destroy it, it cooked the entire area. There's also a lot of booby traps here, but apparently they're only on the first level. Near the entrance, I found the body of a fallen Brotherhood soldier. Oh, what the? On him, a holodisc and a yellow keycard. And conveniently, this is exactly what the Brotherhood wanted me to retrieve. The holodisc details what happened to the squad that was sent here before me. According to their logs, the place is drowning in radiation, and the lower levels are crawling with hostile robots. Most of them never made it out alive. Of course, I'm not just here for the Brotherhood's quest. I do remember there's a lot of good loot down below, so I decided to push forward. Working my way through the facility, I gathered keycards to operate the elevators. Luckily for me, the robots are deactivated, which means free experience points for my character. However, the Jinx trait is still in full effect, and my character and companions keep breaking their limbs and dropping their weapons. On the 4th level, I came across the Zax supercomputer. From it, I learned about the Forced Evolutionary Virus, FEV. Originally designed by West Tech to enhance human survival through genetic modification, it instead caused radical mutations. This is the origin of the super mutants. Making my way lower into the facility, I discovered a broken power generator. After repairing it, the facility's power came back on. This level has a bunch of loot, and I found combat armor and a plasma rifle. With my pack full of loot and the Brotherhood's holodisc in hand, I made my way back out of the Glow, and I set course for the Lost Hills, ready to meet with the Brotherhood once again.
Hey, you're back. Did you get something?
Yep, sure did.
Great. But the High Elder said you have to give it to me before I can let you in. Sorry.
Okay.
This is great. Hang on while I open the door.
I gave the holodisc to the guard outside to secure my entry into the Brotherhood's headquarters. I was welcomed in as an initiate, the lowest rank. Everyone here is well armed. I went straight over to their gym and watched the scribes conduct combat training. I had 3 goals here: obtain power armor, get a power fist, and get some surgical implants. First, I paid a visit to General Maxon, the Brotherhood's leader.
Hello, youngster. Cabot said you wanted to talk. Look, I'm pretty stacked up right now, so I'll help you out as long as you don't start flapping your gums too much. You know outsiders are like that, always jawing. Kinda like me, huh?
Maybe you can tell me, everyone here seems to be on edge. It's like you are getting ready to go to war, but no one knows with who.
Well, the merchants from the hub told us a bunch of caravans disappeared on their way up north. I think there's an army in the mountains, but the elders, they don't want to act until they're sure.
I have found proof that it is this army which is causing that disappearance of the caravans. It is an army of mutants. You have good reason to be worried. They look very formidable.
Then you understand the problem. To survive, we need someone who knows the outside, like you.
Okay, I'll go scout out the area to the north
and then report what I find.
Good. Anything else you need to ask?
Can I get some better weapons?
Well, I'd suggest you talk to my assistant, Mathia, about that.
He tasked me with a dangerous mission to find the location of the super mutants' main base. His assistant armed me for the journey, offering a choice of weapons. I took the Power Fist. While here, I went and talked to Ree, the Master Scribe.
Greetings. It's a fine day for learning. Can I help you?
I know you're the Master Scribe, but what does that mean?
I record the knowledge of our ancestors for future generations.
She shared something critical. Super mutants are sterile, incapable of reproduction. That means their numbers can only grow through the FEV virus. She handed me a holodisc containing her research. My next stop wasn't the mutant base just yet. I went to the hub to rescue a captured Brotherhood member. He'd been taken hostage by a group of thugs.
We do have better armor now. I'm not sure if it's going to help that much. There we go, we got one more left. That guy should be dead. And his weapon can drop.
After cutting him loose, he urged me to return to the Brotherhood and report to Talus. Doing so granted me access to the Brotherhood's power armor. So the power armor raises my AC to 33, and I believe this is going to be the best armor in the game. Later on, it can be upgraded to become even stronger. Next, I went down to the clinic to get some implants for my character. These surgical implants increase the corresponding primary stats. The surgeries are expensive and requires weeks of recovery and game, but I think they're pretty worth it. I got the agility implant and endurance implants. Now properly equipped, I set out to locate the mutant stronghold.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Oh, here we go.
Mutant guards can be seen to the northeast in front of a fortified location built into the side of a mountain.
Alright, so here's the Mariposa military base. This is where they are making the super mutant army.
This guy is a Nightkin, and they're one of the toughest enemies in the game. So I found the base. Now it's time to report back to the general.
Hello again, Initiate. Things going well?
I have some information on the area north of here.
What do you got?
I saw their base. It's crawling with mutants.
Finally. Well, this'll get the elders off their butts. We'll fortify the fortress and surprise those damn mutants.
You can't play defense on this one, Maxon.
So, what is your alternative?
Well, it's obvious something needs to be done. It would be best if we attack the mutants before they attack us. We're going to need the elders on our side for this one.
Not a bad plan. Tell you what, let me go try and beat it into the elders. No guarantees, but I'll try.
The elders have called a meeting. They wish you to meet them in the conference room right away. Okay, thank you.
The elders convened a council meeting, and after deliberation, they agreed. The Brotherhood would take the fight to the mutants, but leading the assault would be me. They gave me 3 paladins to help me in the attack. So I left Ian and Tycho behind at the Brotherhood's headquarters because I don't think they would survive the mission. Sadly, I can't tell Dogmeat to stay, which meant he'd be coming with me. I made my way towards the mutant base. It was time to launch a preemptive strike and eliminate the super mutant threat. When I arrived at the super mutant base, 3 Brotherhood paladins showed up. They'll fight alongside me here, but only on this map. Now, there's actually a way to avoid a massive fight and keep the base from going on full alert. Remember that radio I picked up from the dying mutant back at the Deathclaw cave in the hub? I can use it here to trick the super mutants at the front entrance into abandoning their post.
Command, We are under attack by a large group of armed humans. Request assistance over. Okay, so I want to move out of the way. Oh, they're going to follow me. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, there we go. The super mutant is conveniently holding the password used to open the front door. This facility can go into alert mode, where all the alarms go off. If I'm able to get to the lowest level of this place without setting off the alarms, I'll get a bunch of experience. The first level is filled with force fields. I just ran through them and tanked the damage. It shouldn't matter too much because I got plenty of stim packs to spare. On the third level, there are 2 elevators that lead deeper into the facility. Looks like this floor is where they've been holding human prisoners. And we gotta just run over here, all the way to this elevator. After sneaking past a patrolling mutant, I tried the first elevator, only to find it was completely out of order. So that means fighting through a stationary mutant guarding the other elevator. Alright, I just gotta kill this dude real quick. Along the way, I met with a woman named Sarah. She's a prisoner who actually wants to become a super mutant because her boyfriend was turned into one. So I made my way down to the 4th level of the facility and got a level up. Down here is where the mutants are storing FEV in the vats. The children of the Cathedral are assisting the super mutants in producing more of their kind. And standing guard over all of it is the lieutenant, second in command of the Master's army. He's going to be one of the toughest enemies in the entire game. I tried sneaking close enough to eavesdrop on his conversation with a robed follower.
Well, I'm quite impressed. My spies told me you were resourceful, but they seem to have underestimated your talents. Guards, capture him.
I don't think I'm going to be able to beat these guys, but what the hell, I'll try. And dog meat's dead. God damn. How about I try increasing my throwing skill and using grenades? Yeah, I think I can come here. Well, I am almost dead. They got some serious firepower here. Oh, immediately died. At this point, I gave up. They were way too strong for me, so I switched tactics. If I couldn't kill them, I destroyed the facility itself. In order to do that, I had to get access to the VAT's control room and activate the self-destruct sequence. A squad of mutants, VAT Team 9, were stationed nearby to deal with intruders. Oh, okay, good. I got lucky there. Luckily, there was also a broken Mr. Handy robot. I reprogrammed it to blow open the door leading to the control room. Once I got into the control room, I started messing with the main computer. I activated the 3-minute silent self-destruct sequence and ran out of the base. Mission accomplished. Time to return to the Brotherhood's headquarters to pick up my companions. Back at the Brotherhood's headquarters, I earned another level up and picked up the Action Boy perk. The Action Boy perk gives me an additional action point in combat. I also reunited with Ian and Tycho. Now there's only one mission left: eliminate the super mutant leader. I still don't know exactly where he is, but there's one location I haven't explored yet: the Boneyard.
A fenced village patrolled by guards waits defiantly to the south. The Boneyard, also known as the Angel's Boneyard or the LA Boneyard, is what's left of Los Angeles, California. It's a city of ruins, and like most of the wasteland, it's a dangerous place. Violent gangs like the Rippers and the Blades roam the streets, while factions like the Followers of the Apocalypse and the Gun Runners try to carve out a future here. The first person I came across was a man named Chuck. He gave me some information on what's going on in town. He mentions a gang called the Regulators, a self-proclaimed police force who act more like oppressors than protectors. The locals don't care for them much. Then Chuck pulled out a deck of tarot cards and told me my fortune. Somehow that little reading revealed the location of a cathedral. The next person I talked to is Miles. He's the one who makes the gunpowder for the bullets they trade in town, but right now he has a problem. His hydroponics farm is broken. Without it, the Boneyard can't sustain its own food supply. I offered to help, and Miles suggested I talk to Samuel, a scavenger who might know where to find spare parts. Samuel told me he had sent a merchant to find the parts, but the man never returned. So I set out in search of the missing merchant, and sure enough, I ran straight into some deathclaws. Luckily, with my new equipment, I was more than ready for them. There we go, and I killed the Deathclaw. There we go. That one's dead. After an easy fight, I found the merchant's corpse and retrieved the hydroponics parts he had died for. Returning them to Miles got the hydroponics farm back up and running. Miles then tells me that he's able to improve my power armor that I'm wearing. All I have to do is retrieve a chemistry journal from the librarian at the hub. Good to see you again. What might you be looking for today? Do you have a set of chemistry journals? Miles and Adiantum said you might. Yes, I've heard from Miles, and I have one. The ones he's looking for, they will cost you $750. Sounds good, here's the money. Here you are, sir. Say hello to Miles for me. Once I brought it back, he put the armor through a hardening process that gave me a small boost to my armor class. It's not a huge upgrade, but every bit helps in the wasteland. From there, I made my way to the Boneyard Library, the headquarters of the Followers of the Apocalypse. In the heart of the city, a great library fortified and restored rises with forbidding yet graceful presence. You feel a sense of peace. The Followers of the Apocalypse are a humanitarian group devoted to education and aid. Though they have a complicated, intense relationship with the children of Cathedral. While I was there, I recruited Katya into my party. She's skilled with knives and submachine guns. Then I spoke to Nicole, the leader of the Followers.
Greetings! Hey! We're very glad you could join us. We hope you have found our humble abode to your satisfaction.
Thanks. Can you tell me more about what you worship here?
We don't worship so much as follow a set of principles. We want to bring peace back to this wasteland. The world tends toward destruction, so we try to make a difference.
She's very suspicious of the children of the Cathedral, and tasked me with infiltrating their headquarters to uncover proof of their evil deeds.
Go to the Cathedral and find a woman named Laura. Say the phrase Red Rider. We'll create a diversion if we can.
She told me that a spy named Laura would help me from the inside, and even offered to send a few followers to back me up when I got there. Now I think it's time to make my way to the Cathedral and get this show on the road. A large ornate building rises into the sky. A crowd of people walk aimlessly before it. The Cathedral, holiest site of the children of the Cathedral. This place serves as a seat of power for Morpheus and the other leaders of the faith. I arrived with 3 followers of the Apocalypse tagging along. Supposedly they're here to help me, but honestly I have a strong feeling that they're just going to be getting in my way. Outside the building, the children preach about peace and unity, insisting the Master is this brilliant savior. My main objective here is to find Laura, the spy Nicole told me about. Once I tracked her down, she explains that there's a secret entrance beneath the cathedral that leads directly to the Master.
He uses this strange key to open it and disappears. I've never tried to follow him.
Do you know where this key is?
Well, I'd say he keeps it on him.
She also tells me that I'll need the key that Morpheus has on him to get in. And sure enough, my companions keep getting stuck on the terrain every 5 seconds. It was probably a bad idea to bring this many companions. Laura shows me where the door is before slipping away to report back to Nicole, leaving me and my companions to deal with Morpheus. So, I started climbing the cathedral's upper floors. Night can patrol the halls. All of them are cloaked in invisibility. I tried to do my best to sneak past, but by the time I hit the 3rd floor, I have no choice but to fight. A Nightkin sentry was killed. Let's kill this one. On the 4th floor, I finally find Morpheus, and I get flanked by even more Nightkin. Okay, so who died? Follower Scout was killed. Good. Alright, so I just gotta take out this one dude here. The dude with the minigun. Those are always the most dangerous guys. And Morpheus is dead. After a tough fight, I grab the key from his body and make my way down to the door Laura told me about. There's something funny about that bookcase on the east wall. Looks like it's hiding something. And sure enough, the bookcase conceals a secret passageway that goes into a cavern. Once down here, the children's appearance of peace and unity disappears. Centaurs and floaters, the master's pets, protect the passageway. Who in the world is this guy? You see Jeremiah. How did you get in here? What are you doing sneaking around? Morpheus sent me with a message for the Master. Morpheus would not send a slag like you on such a mission. Guards? Okay, so this mutant definitely has to be dead by now. Looks like Tycho's over there fighting himself. I came upon a vault door that looks similar to Vault 13's. The Los Angeles Vault. The very first vault ever built by Vault-Tec. Originally a demonstration site to show off their technology, it eventually became a shelter during the Great War. Its survivors would later emerge to form the people of the Boneyard. If the rumors are true, the Master is somewhere down here. On the first level, I looted what I could and checked the computers. But as I descended to the second level, things took a disturbing turn. What is that on the walls? There are prisoners, strange lab equipment, and evidence of experiments. The enemies here are very tough. They have a very high chance to crit because of their miniguns. Oh. So it looks like the scientists are helping out the super mutants. Okay, I gotta get these guys with the miniguns. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to shoot dog meat. Who dare bother Chosen? Damn, come on, die. There we go. And it looks like I am crippled. What can I do about that? I can't do anything. Crippled left leg. Oh boy. Well, I just need to get this one guy to die. And Katya got killed. So I think it's time to reload. I think I'll go after these super mutants at the top of the room first. Maybe I'll have better luck against them. Let's try attacking these guys first. I think this dude has a minigun too. Okay. Super stim pack. Okay, that one's dead. And his weapon dropped. Wow, the game's really hard when you're playing Jinxed through this. Now there's just one left. And Tycho just went through 2 sniper rifles. There we go. All right, now I gotta go and get Tycho's sniper rifle. I went into the next room over and ran into some test subjects. There's humans babbling nonsense, broken by whatever horrors they endured. The 3rd floor houses the command center, and everything here is covered in this fleshy, goopy mess. The place looked less like a vault and more like a nightmare. I found my way through more super mutants. Okay, let's go over here. I have to kill this dude because he has a flamethrower and that's an insta-kill. Alright, he's dead. And I missed. And Ian dropped his weapon again. Alright, everybody's dead. At last, I reached the final corridor. The hairs on the back of your neck rise. You feel something from the corridor ahead. The bile rises as you recognize the mass of flesh ahead. Human parts in the wall itself. The worst part is that it's moving, calling to you. This is the Master, once known as Richard Gray, now an abomination, part man, part mutant, part machine. Fused with the Cathedral's computer network, he speaks in multiple voices and switches between them on the fly, almost as if there's many people speaking as one.
So what shall it be? Do you join the Unity, or do you die here?
Join.
Die!
Join.
Die!
If you can prove to me that your Unity is the best course for humanity, then I will help you.
I don't have to prove anything to you!
Prove.
Your ego demands you tell me. All villains have this strange urge to explain everything.
I am no villain.
You have no idea what I or
The Unity
is about.
Then tell me what you're about.
The Unity will bring about the Master Race.
Master.
Master! One able to survive, or even
thrive
in the wasteland. As long as there are differences, we will tear ourselves apart fighting each other. We need one race.
Race.
One goal.
Goal.
One people to move forward to our destiny.
That race being the mutants, of course.
Of course.
Mutants are best equipped to deal with the world today.
Who else?
The ghouls?
Please.
Normals?
They brought nuclear death to us all. This will be the age of mutants.
You mean to change all the others into mutants as well?
All that
resist?
Yes. And all those that are required for the
Unity
as well. The remainder will be allowed to live out their days, but under
Unity control
and protection.
But none shall breed, for they will be the last of their race.
You've got a problem with your master plan.
And what is that?
I happen to know that your mutants are sterile.
Preposterous! The FEV2 virus doesn't destroy the reproductive organs of those it mutates.
Have you talked to any of your mutants about this?
I believe I shall. Don't move. My scientists assure me that nothing is wrong. What do you say to that?
Say!
Did you think to ask a female mutant?
Reasonable. One moment. Are you sure? What about the other?
Females.
Cannot be.
Sorry, your race is doomed.
But it cannot be. This would mean that
All my work
has been for nothing. Everything that I've tried to...
A failure!
It can't be.
Sorry, this isn't an option for you. Your race will die out after this generation.
I don't think that I can continue to have done the things I have done in the name of progress and healing. It was madness. I can see that now. Madness. There is no hope. Leave now. Leave while you still have
hope.
And with him learning of the major flaw in his plan, he gives up hope and sets off the self-destruct sequence. And with that, I run away from the exploding cathedral and complete Fallout 1 with the Jinxed trait.
You've done it. It's wonderful, amazing. I'm so proud of what you've accomplished, what you've endured. There's no way that people of the Vault can ever thank you enough for what you've done. You've saved all our lives. Who knows? Maybe even saved the human race. Imps. That makes the rest of this even harder. Everyone will want to talk to you. Every youngster will look up to you and want to emulate you. And then what? They'll want to leave. What happens to the Vault if we lose the best of a generation? What if we are the only safe place in the world? You just gave us back all these lives. I can't take the chance of losing them. I've made a lot of tough decisions since I took this position, but none of them harder than this one. You saved us, but you'll kill us. I'm sorry. You're a hero, and you have to leave.
Oh, my companions are with me.
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what other kinds of challenges you would like me to do.